There, fellow brothers and sisters. You know, it's Mo Love back at it again with a positive message that will be delivered to you with lots of passion and immense courage. Well, nowadays, I don't really entertain ours, but out of pure respect, blessed day or night to you and yours. So, before I commence this next session, I would like you to ask yourself this one question. What is the purpose of living if the purpose of living is not to become your greatest version? Think about that. Well, while you prepare your confession, I'm here to raise our vibrations. Because I, Mo Love, to inspire and edify. So, I named this piece, Trust in the Process. And I'm sincerely hoping that when I'm through, it would have been informative as well as an inspiration to you. So without further ado, kindly note that everything henceforth is coming straight from Mo's heart space to you. There are many people out there that have dreams or had dreams, but guess what? Those that actually have dreams are patiently waiting for them to magically manifest. And for those that had dreams, never achieved them simply because they weren't resilient enough to keep going when the going got tough. So they gave up when things got rough, not knowing that if they pushed through that little bit longer, their dreams were right around the corner. But no, all they'll ever do is wonder if only they had pushed that little bit longer, what could have been. Then they break down crying, and all they want now is a box of napkin. You see, most folks want the blessings, but they don't want the lessons. Why is that? I thought about this for a few as I sat down on the ground meditating on this fact, only to realize that trying to perform this act is like trying to pull not one, but two rabbits out of the same hat. However, if it's one thing that I know from my experience thus far, is that in order to achieve success, you have to be willing to first of all step into radical action in conjunction with trusting the process. What do I mean by that? You ask? Well, what I discovered and learned along my journey thus far is to let go of control, because we don't control anything or anybody. All we really have control over is our internal condition, in essence, our own body. How we feel inside, yeah, what you allow into your tummy, what we choose to react to or not react to, what we choose to allow to affect us, and what we intelligently choose to shove under the bus. Well, for me, back then, I used to try to control everything. Literally everything. What a painful experience. Picture a bird flying at 100 miles per hour and runs into a cactus tree and clips one wing. Wouldn't that be sour? But like a true warrior, the bird keeps on moving forward with no guidance, just extremely strong willpower, yet still feeling like it has been left alone in the wilderness to be devoured. That was me for a long, long time. But I'm sure I'm not the only one under the sun that believed that there was no divine intelligence working on my behalf behind the scene. But if you've ever heard or if you've ever seen A bird trying to fly with only one wing. Only then would you be able to fully comprehend what I mean. Nowadays though, Mo be taking things day by day on a slow mo. Not just going with the flow, but I'm being that flow. Letting things be, because I now understand that I have absolutely no control over what happens externally to me. And if that line confused you, can you allow me to shed some clarity? You see, we never attract what we want. We always attract what we are. So if your internal condition is not at peace, how can you not expect to attract war? So to break it down, what we do have control over is how we are feeling internally. And once you are aligned with the vibration of your higher self, you'll experience an unexplainable peace for eternity. Even though my normal senses won't allow me to see that the universe is always working out things for me, Mo Love is here to tell you that there's a lot happening backstage spiritually. But you've got to be on a certain level consciously. However, if you are in resistance, you will disturb the process and therefore hinder your access to the things that your heart is yearning for, simply because you are not trusting the process, but rather rushing or forcing things to happen in your own timing, which will then lead you to missing out on all the important clues and messages, causing you to become extremely saddened. But if you learn how to just let go and trust the process, while aligning your frequency with your higher self, you will then notice that everything will work out when we least expect. Do observe that I use the word we, because I am not there yet. I am and will always be work in progress, because the road to success is not a destination but a journey, and yes, at times it can be a pest. My focus is others, and because of that, I am fully aware that the rest of humanity is in dire need to hear this, to know this. They need to learn this, hence why I am sharing this knowledge to edify not only the masses but also myself. Each one teach one. And if only the masses that are still asleep would just change their mindset as we embark to raise the earth's vibrations, only then can the battle be won. It is true that everyone's process is different, but the principles still remain. Don't stress yourself out in vain. Be still, meditate, connect with your inner source, and you will soon realize that you've got nothing to lose, but everything to gain. All of your heart's desires is on its way. Never stop believing that, because that's a fact. In fact, they are already here. Just ensure that when you do receive them, that at the same speed you are willing to share. The flip side is, the more you resist, the more you try to control every outcome, then you are no longer trusting the process. You are now forcing the process, which will definitely leave you helpless, at times even restless, and perhaps even lifeless. Don't let that be you. Let this message from Mo Love be your cue to change your mindset today, and I can guarantee you that everything will be okay. Why am I so sure that everything will be okay? Okay, listen up. Because I am not telling you what I believe. I am telling you what I know. And if you want to challenge me on that, be sure to show substantial evidence, and I'll walk right out that door. And you'll never have to hear or see me again. Just know that my time, again, you will never ever be able to regain. But I know that won't happen. Listen, let me tell you something. Most folks live in a lie and never even bother to engage in proper researching. And I'm not judging, because I was once in that same boat rowing. But the thing is, I was never growing. And ever since I had that spiritual awakening, my life has been so breathtaking, breathtaking, breathtaking. You were saying? Listen, only when you truly come to know thyself will you be able to fully understand the mysteries of life, how the universe really works, and also how having a positive mindset, attitude, and approach is vital and cannot be compromised. I struggled for many years with regards to trusting my process. It's almost as if I was trying to determine the exact date, time, and location of my impending yet already present success. And because of that mindset, attitude, and approach, I suffered tremendously. Lots of stress and heartache. Well, I am here to tell you that you are being strongly encouraged to avoid that route being the path that you choose to take. I am aware that I am currently in a job that I am not passionate about, and I'm not even going front. All of those extra hours spent behind a desk, going above and beyond, the courses that were aced, were all about that paper thing sporting a face. Yeah, money. I used to allow that to run me, but no more, honey. I'm now doing what makes me happy, so allow me. Hence, I am now following my heart, and money will therefore just be a byproduct in connection with me doing what I love to do every single day. Yay! It's not easy going to a place 5 days a week when you know deep down you'd rather be on a cricket field or in a kickboxing gym or writing a book somewhere on the beach. Yeah, I'm a preach. No pastor though, just a very courageous, outspoken spiritual being named Mo. As a natural empath, it affects your frequency when you're fully aware that most folks in there are wearing a mask. And all you could really do is be quiet and focus on your task or tasks. Our the ass. But don't you ever get sucked into tripping. Just keep on pushing. Just keep on pushing. Just keep on pushing. Until you inch closer and closer to your vision. You'll make it out the forest. You just gotta trust the process. Don't get me wrong. I know the energy does not feel right. Everyone is all uptight. And no matter how much you try to make it, no matter how much you try to take it light, you know deep down that every day is a spiritual fight. But giving up is never an option. So don't ever get that notion, because your ability to withstand any tension extends way beyond any ocean. And I really do not care who hears what I've got to say, because Mo is expressing himself 100% with no limits, no filter, no censor. And everything is just coming out so proper. And I'm not even trying to be popular. But the heights in consciousness that I have reached thus far can never ever be reached using an elevator. My throat chakra is wide open. So therefore all of my words are blueberry golden. And don't even bother to ask me where did I stole them. Everything about Mo has already been copywritten. And I will forever be grateful for all of these unique gifts that I was given. Yeah, I know I was chosen. Just that for a long time, Mo's heart was frozen. But not anymore. Mo's no longer a sophomore. That's why now he's so hardcore. Yeah, a fearless lion. And trust me, you don't want to hear me roar. You see? Through all the moaning and the groaning and the frowning, all along the infinite spirit within me was awakening. And I am so thankful, which is why I can never be hateful. I am way too busy being grateful, which is why for these true words that I'm spitting, I can never ever be remorseful. But I am not worried, neither am I fearful. Because I know for a fact that the universe is always working in my favor, always. So all I am doing is being thankful for all that I've got while I'm busy pursuing all that I already have. And I've got no point to prove to anybody else but myself. But you see, the truth is, I do got a little some for all those who thought that I would have spent my whole life behind a desk. Where there's no trust, genuine love does not exist. So how can you truly love yourself if you don't really trust yourself? Trusting the process translates into trusting the universe, which transcends into trusting yourself. Therefore, trust and genuine love goes hand in hand. There's no magic wand. It's a concrete principle that must be adhered to. You can call it a sacred bond, in which one cannot exist without the next. And if you violate that principle, it leaves you feeling like a wreck. Makes you think that you've been hexed, so now you vex. But you attracted that situation, and without any adjustments, there will be a steady continuation until you decide to breathe and let go while rearranging your internal configuration. Please, start today. If you find yourself stressing, those old ways of thinking, start erasing. Leave that in the past. I am hereby assigning you that task. Ensure that your dominant mindset is positive. Your vibrational frequency is high. Your words are impeccable and your actions are consistently unified. But don't believe anything that I say. Do your own research and know it for yourself. For you see, when you personally discover this truth, then no matter what people say, you'll always know for a fact that although they may still try to refute, you won't ever hear them because they will be automatically put on mute. I really hope by now you are at least considering to change your current mindset if you are not happy with your current results. Personally, I think that would be rather ignorant and foolish if you don't, unless you'd much rather be stuck in a rut. But if you really want to fulfill what you came on planet Earth to do, let's be real, you have to be willing to try something new. Wipe up. Pause, right? You pause, right? Huh?
Nah,
What happened?